Well, good afternoon. It is Travel Man of Kent. Today, something's quite special. I'm down at Arlington Fleet Services for a private tour. So, as I always say, let's get that intro rolling. I'm so glad I checked real-time trains just to see if there was anything coming in today.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that it was coming from Crewe, I was like, well, that's locomotive services, isn't it? Make a point, if you're ever on Campbell Road and you're looking to take a photo of the Arlington Fleet Services coaching stock that sits right outside the entrance, that is not permitted, unfortunately. There is a sign fully explaining as to why you can't. Obviously, because due to the nature of it, it's a private site, and yeah, so don't get in trouble for that. So, I've just signed myself in. Let's get this tour started. Oh wow.
This is the shunter shed, or as it's become. So we've got R08 up there, we've got R07 there, and R01. The old one's poorly at the moment.
Fair enough.
It's had a bit of a check-in.
I'll take it the 07 is Bruce.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And this 08 here is an Alstom 08 that's here for some modifications and repairs, so
wow.
it's only a temporary.
Yeah. I'm just happy to be here at the end of the day. I just can't believe I've actually as soon as I went through that gate, and I was like, oh my god, I'm actually here.
Wow. What's wrong with Bruce?
Hopefully just a flat battery seat. It's just cold weather.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to sort out getting this strutter fixed. So.
Wow. This is our other shunter. It's a German Kopf Class 323. It works obviously in Germany, but it's worked on the Channel Tunnel when that was being built.
Oh wow.
The guy that owns it is a guy. The company he goes under is Northumbria Rail.
Yeah.
And he's got two of these. One of them's at the Nene Valley. It used to be here. This is the Nene Valley now, and this one's still here. So it's painted in our colours, and it's operated by us, but it's technically owned by him. So
Yeah.
And he looks after the maintenance and what have you of it. And then of course there's John Arlington Stevens, named after the managing director's father.
Wow.
He's a driver at Eastleigh Junction, I believe it was.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? I never thought green would suit an 08, but it really does. It actually sits really well with it, especially with the red con rods as well. It sits really well with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look quite nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And I'm going on one of these tomorrow on the Scots Rail Capital Scots tour up to Edinburgh and back.
Oh right, yeah.
So it's nice to see one of them up close before I see it tomorrow.
7304 DRS machine still, one of the few. Here for wheels. So
wow.
304 and 309 are here for wheels.
Yeah.
309 some are being disconnected at the moment.
Ah.
I think we're going to do a bogie swap and get one of them back out, and then the other one's going to stay here and have brand new wheels fitted. So.
Wow. I only wish to get this close to them in real life, and now I am.
47805, which is literally just come out of the paint shop.
Oh wow, so nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, just look at that. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh wow.
So it came here painted this same livery.
Yeah.
But I think it had been brush painted and it had been done a few years ago, so we've now painted it in 2-pack.
Yeah.
It should last a lot longer now.
Yeah. It's one thing I always say about Arlington Fleet Services. Since you randomly came up on my Facebook about, I think I can't remember what loco it is. It came out of your paint shop. It was about. Oh, let's see, you've got his name on it. Nice. Yeah. Just duck down behind it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, just yeah.
Mark twos.
Wow.
Lower spots, so that usually means they were either painted or just finished painted.
Yeah.
So these 3 on the left are completed.
Yep.
And these 3, I believe, are to be done next. So this one looks like it's been masked up, ready to do around the cream around the windows.
Yeah.
So if we walk on through, we can see.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm already staggered about the volume of this building. Just the general length of it is just
260 metres long.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's so cool to see these up close. I just love the fact that you have something with locomotive services, in terms of like you're the guys that they go to just to say, oh, we need a couple of touch-ups on this coach and whatnot, and touch-ups here and there and that, and they say, oh yeah, we'll send them down to you on a certain date, get it done for us, and then it's just.
We do everything from full rebuilds. So if you were able to go in the van shop, in amongst all the Pullman cars that are in there, there's a Mark 1 that we're rebuilding for ourselves.
Wow.
Which is completely strip out, renew the ends,
yeah.
The whole bag. This is on 1059. Seems to, doesn't matter who's got it, we seem to end up doing lots of work on it.
Wow.
It's now still a GB machine, but it's on hire to Colas for the long term. So
yeah,
they've sent it here for maintenance.
Yeah, you're starting to see that with a lot of Colas rail stuff, where they're taking on stuff and it's just a case of slapping on a Colas rail sticker on the side of it and just replacing what would originally been there, which would have been GBR. You can still see the outline of GBRF there as well. Yeah.
All they've done is put a sticker over the top of it.
Simplistic of logos that you could do, it's very effective.
It is, yeah. There's no doubt, is there?
No, that's it. Yeah. Wow.
So this is the LSL Christmas tree. So this is here to support the overhaul of 57302, which is in 2 bays over.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, there's already some bits come off of it.
Yeah. Even in that current state, it's what I just appreciate for it. It is as it is, you know. That's really cool. It's good to see a lot of them still out on the line.
It is. Yeah. All right then.
All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, it's good, Jack.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, obviously I can't say no, can I?
No,
at the end of the day.
No. He's a good guy to know as well.
Yeah.
He's helped me out a number of times. So here we've got 3 319s that are in store for Rail Operations Group.
Ah.
They're about to be returned to Porterbrook,
Yeah.
and I think then they're one-way journey to Newport,
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
which is a bit sad, but
Yeah.
because at one time they were destined to be parcels trains, but
Yeah,
Logs seem to have
that's kind of just gone quiet now, isn't it?
Now, so
Yeah.
yeah, seems a shame, but
It's just, you know, I don't get that side of things when they think it's not feasible, when it's probably more economical sense just to strip them out and turn them into parcel vans.
yeah, yeah.
Rather than buying a whole complete new unit or leasing a whole new set just for that purpose.
Yeah. So the rest of the stuff down here is various bits of junk, otherwise known as stored. Wagons. We got an ex-Gatwick luggage van there that became a de-icer for Network Rail.
Wow.
So that's the same as the two that are by the front gate that
Yes.
we've painted in our livery and have reactivated as barrier vehicles.
Yeah.
That one's the spare. That one will ultimately end up being scrapped.
Ah.
We'll save bits from it, but it'll go in the bin.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Mark IIs down there, which used to be at Marchwood.
Right.
We can go down there if you really want to.
Yeah, it's up
Yeah.
to you, Carl. I'm not. Yeah. That's really cool.
These two here,
Yeah.
we bought them from the guy at Marchwood.
Yeah.
Trucked up here, and have resided here ever since. There's no real plans for them at the moment.
Well,
But we reverted scrapping them because they're too good to scrap, really.
yeah. I mean, like you can. Even if they use the spares, they're still quite in good shape for passing them off as spares, really,
Yeah.
can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing with heritage railways and railways in general, isn't it? They have an idea for something, they get it, and then you never know what happens. Something can change, and then it's all systems change. Oh, we're not going to use them now, or we're going to store them for so many years or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's really cool. Really cool to see that.
So literally, less than a week ago,
Yeah.
I got an email from someone who made it known that one of these two coaches, and I'm not sure which one it is because I can't see any numbers on them, but one of them was the trial run for the conversion for the Gatwicks.
Oh wow.
So because it was set 8210,
Hmm.
one of the 2-car sets, but they weren't powered or anything. But
Yeah.
They worked with the 73s on the Gatwicks.
Oh wow.
And apparently, yeah, it was one of the first coaches done.
That's pretty cool. You definitely
Yeah.
have to keep that then, because that's
Well,
just a
yeah.
little bit of history there, isn't it?
I'm hoping that means someone will be interested in buying it.
Yeah.
Because I think, but it's the other one, so it's 72509, I think, so it must be the one the other end.
Yeah.
It's 635. So yeah, it's it'd be a shame for it to get crunched, but
Yeah.
so we don't have any use for it.
No.
And I know the original intended purpose has come and gone and not come to fruition. The reason we bought them in the first place, it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So I say they were too good to scrap, so we kept them.
Yeah. A certain part of the site, and then eventually took it on fully.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
So
just,
Bruce was brilliant because he saw the potential for the site, but he very very sensibly didn't want to take the whole thing on.
yeah.
Because it wasn't his core business. So initially he let a small part of this, the top end of this bay, out to Arlington,
Yeah.
and then Arlington wanted to expand, and Bruce said, well, I don't really want, that's not my business plan. So Arlington went straight to the upper landlord
Yeah.
and did a deal for this end of this bay,
Yeah.
and then eventually Bruce decided to pack up and he sold Knights Rail Services to Arlington.
Yeah.
Which time they renegotiated a new lease and got the whole site,
Wow.
and it was a Knights Rail Environmental that was left.
Yeah.
Ended up being a subtenant of Arlington.
Oh wow.
These things are going on. So what we've got here, we've got two 50-ton cranes. They're the original cranes from the works,
Wow.
and we can do a the lift of one of these locos. As you can see, there's two off their motors on stands.
Yeah.
So they've been lifted there.
Yeah. That's cool. I noticed in the other shed to our right, there was the proper old crane still sitting there.
That doesn't work anymore.
No.
So that will eventually come down and get scrapped.
Ah.
It's just not. We've invested in lots of these smaller new cranes.
Yeah.
Most of them are refurbished from other industrial places. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's one in this bay, there's one in that bay, there's two in the bay next door.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to be able to keep that capability, we don't need 50 tonners everywhere.
No.
So we kept the two original ones.
Yeah.
And they're still kept in good order. They still look very old, but
Yeah.
they do the job they were designed to do.
Yeah. You know, like you say, what's the point of replacing something, or what people say is, what's the point of replacing something when it still works?
Exactly.
You know, there's no need to spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions, on replacing something that still does the job perfectly fine. It's still adequate to the day.
Yep. So this is the wagon bay, so you'll see it's mostly car carriers at the moment.
Yeah.
There is short.
Yeah. That's cool. It's, like, even though, like you say, there's not much going on, I still like, for me, I like catching stuff like this where things are still being worked on.
Yeah,
You know, you can hear all the noises, you can see people still working on stuff. Yeah. That's cool. It's really cool to see this.
So this is the like the start, if you like, the before.
Yeah.
And that's the after.
Look at that.
Cat Group has got a different livery now, so that's the tomato red.
Right.
And this is like midnight blue or something, so it's almost black.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Looks,
this is smart.
looks brand new.
Yeah.
Looks like it's just come fresh out of the shop.
Yeah. And then on the right we've got a couple of London transport wagons with their underground system.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you can definitely tell with that. Yeah, that's really
We've
cool.
done a number of those over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to the last few now.
Yeah.
There's various ones dotted all around the place waiting to be finished off.
Yeah, I noticed there was that one out the back there
That's
earlier.
right, yeah, the hopper wagon, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
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 I think we've probably got about a dozen of their wagons left now. So on the right we've got Siemens. They rent this road off of us.
Yeah.
And they do their own overhauls and bogie replacements and couple of replacements.
Yeah.
So we get 450 in every Tuesday usually.
Yeah.
It takes a week to swap the bogies out, do all the other work they want to do,
Yeah.
and then put the new bogies back in, and then off it goes again the following Tuesday.
That's
So it's regular as clockwork.
Yeah, that's really efficient, isn't it? That's
And so you can see it's all connected to the jack, so it's actually not touching the track. So
Yeah.
they can lift the whole 4-car train up at the same time.
Yeah.
When they were doing the 444s here, they had obviously more jacks because they're 5-car trains, so we had a 5-car train up. But if you go into the Hitachi bay,
Yeah.
they got jacks in there to lift a 9-car.
Wow. That's really cool.
On the left we've got more of those ferry wagons, cargo wagons, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
These are being, overhauled, they're being maintained for collapse.
Yeah.
They're getting quite old now.
Yeah.
Parts are a pain to get.
Yeah, that's 40 years old now since the tunnel sort of. No, 25.
Yeah.
25 years.
It's because these I think were predate even that. Because these would have come across on the old boat ferries. Yeah, the rail ferry on the channel.
Is that via Folkestone? Or no, been Dover Docks, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure where it went to be honest, before my time, but yeah, there used to be rail ferries
Yeah.
that ran across there.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
So on the left here you can see it's a double-deck car carrier,
Yeah.
and we're doing conversion work on these for Cat Group
Yeah.
to fit the newer modern cars in.
Oh, yeah.
So cars are getting bigger all the time.
Bigger and
obviously
wider.
the loading gauge that we've got in this country is quite restrictive.
Yeah.
So they've come up with a design which we've worked with them on to, if you're looking in here,
Yeah.
So where it goes over the wheel, obviously the car goes up in the air. So we put what they call a camel's hump in.
Yeah.
So that it increases the headspace.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's the same throughout the train.
Yeah.
The wagon, because obviously it's 4 pieces to join together.
Yeah.
And there's various, up over the wheels in each one. So there's a hump in each one.
Yeah.
So what we've also done is to give them a bit more width. This is now mounted on the outside of the wagon, whereas before it was flush with the sides. So still within loading gauge, but it means that you can actually have a car on there that's a little bit wider.
Does that restrict your routes a little bit further now? Would that restrict their routes a bit further?
I don't think it does. Well, it's certainly they have fairly regular flows from and to, so I would imagine as long as they clear those routes, it's fine. But
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
You alright there?
I have to make sure that's not in there. Actually, I might keep that in there and then put that in my little intro. My hand! I do like to have a bit of comedy in my videos.
Best not to.
Oh yeah, because it's professional. Yeah, no worries. Oh, look at that! An original parcel one. What's that? This one here. Yeah.
So this is a preserved 47. So it came here quite a few years ago from the Colne Valley Railway, where it got attacked by metal thieves, so all the copper was stripped out of it.
Gosh.
So the guys that own it, a very small group of guys, they've been slowly doing work on it. We've done some work on it.
Yeah.
Getting it slowly put back together.
Yeah.
They've cleaned and repainted the bogies, and we've done drag box repairs and underframe repairs and stuff on it. So get rid of the rot. It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
So they're a small bunch of people.
So when you get these classes in from, say, like mainline operators, if there's any spare parts that you have that are deemed sort of worthy for them, do you tend to pass them on, or do you recondition them on for another job?
Well, so most people who operate them have their own spares pool. So
right, okay, yeah.
They'll either supply the bits, or if they can't, we'll try and find them from somewhere. But obviously with these days, it's getting more and more difficult to find. We do get things remanufactured, so there'll be new things. Sometimes you have to. But there's obviously a cost in that. On the right, we've got 2 of GB stored 73s, so they're just parked up in case they ever need them. There's another one in 5 bay, which you'll see in a minute.
So a bit like Thunderbird 73s, more or less, if they need
Well, they don't work. So, not quite Thunderbirds.
No.
But they've donated quite a few parts to the ones that are still out running.
Yeah.
So this is Preservation Corner. So there's the 442 coach I was telling you about, which is preserved. And this Mark III. This Mark III was one of the original prototype Mark IIIs that ran with the prototype high-speed diesel train.
Wow.
The reverse grey and blue.
Yeah.
Which again, it's another one of those vehicles which came to us for scrapping.
Yeah.
We were able to put it to one side to allow time for the paperwork and various things to happen to make it possible to sell it to someone who's going to look after it.
So that would go, if it was in that livery, that would be pretty. That would work out well with that prototype HST that's still running around, but it's gone quite.
Built for originally.
Yeah. You can tell. Sorry.
The guy that owns these is Northumbria Rail, so the guy who owns the cough at the front.
Yeah. It's just, you can tell the difference on that coach to when they actually sort of standardised them, and they're going to go for the main line now. The windows are a lot smaller than they are on the actual.
Oh right, yeah.
On the actual, what would you say?
I haven't noticed that.
I don't know if that's right, but they just look a lot smaller to me.
This is a Class 117 DMU car.
Yeah.
There's 2 motor cars and a trailer car here that belong to the North Somerset Railway, I think it is.
Okay.
For a planned service, like an open access type service, I think from Radstock to Frome.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, another very slow project. But
they're
slowly reinstating doors and getting getting it back together. They've done the floors inside and things. So
wow.
yeah.
Oh, I just since sort of getting involved with that 73130. To that point, I wasn't a fan of diesels at all, or any sort of that sort of form of traction. But seeing that and then getting involved with that group, since then I love diesels.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was just possibly because it was the uniqueness of that 73 being as it is. But since then, I've really sort of come to appreciate diesels and electric multiple units in general now, and it's just yeah.
I think it's easy to see the current sort of situation as a bit boring because everything's the same, although it's not. I mean, I find it fascinating the number of different new trains there are about. It's phenomenal. Yeah, the liveries can be a little bit boring sometimes because companies have a livery and they stick to it, sort of thing. So, but I think if you get back a few years, you get true variety with all the XPR diesels and that. Yeah. That's why it's good. People like LSL have kept some of those going on the main line. Yeah. They've got 20s, they've got 37s, they've got 47s, they've got 57s.
It's just wonderful to see that. Like, and
this is obviously open storage for various locals and coaches and what have you. But here we've got an almost unique class 141. There's only one other left.
Wow.
Unless you count the ones that might or might not still be in situ in your round.
That's true. Look at that. Wow.
I don't think they're still running, but we did see some photographs years ago of them. The yard somewhere, but whether they're still there, I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's this one, and I think Butterley that's got the railway. Yeah. This one came from the Colne Valley, but it's owned by LSL now.
Wow. Oh my God, there it is. That's 73 in Pullman.
Yeah, so that's the third GB Rail Freight spare. Again, it's been fairly well stripped. Yeah. But, none of them are impossible to get back to running order. Yeah. You couldn't do all three of them, I don't think, not with the spares that are left, but there's enough to get at least one of them going. Yeah. So and then, of course, you just have to find the bits or remake the bits to get the rest of them going. Yeah. And then there's our resident 50. We've got two class 50s that are based here, 26, which is that one, and 21 Rodney, which is away at the Epping-Ongar Railway at the moment. Yeah.
I just love the Network South East livery. It's what I grew up on, and it's just, especially when you finished off that 73 before the 50th anniversary gala at Kent East Sussex. I was just seeing that, and then seeing you guys, obviously yourself posting it on your Facebook page, and then a week later I saw it in person. I was just like, oh my God! It's like, it's just wonderful. I love whoever designed that in general was, just a genius. Yeah.
So this is an LSL coach. This is 35333, which has been here quite some time. It came to us, it was one of the King locomotive support coaches. Yep. 6024 if I remember rightly, but it might be wrong. We did some work on it. We repainted it chocolate and cream, and then it got popped up again, and then a little bit later we did some more work on it and we painted it carmine and cream. It has the dubious honour of being painted in two completely different liveries without going out in between. This is obviously one of the Midland Pullman cars. We're all visiting one at a time to have upgrades to the interiors. Yeah. Because when we did the first train, they didn't change absolutely everything. Right. Because obviously it was expensive to do that. Yeah. And I don't think they were quite sure how successful the train was going to be, but since then it's been an absolute, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a masterclass really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And so they're sending the cars back for like an upgrade of the interiors and things. So,
one of them's coming down today. I've seen it on a
photo.
Yes,
that'll probably go back when it goes back. But, the 47 that's coming today is staying. So.
Ah, fair enough. So
I don't know whether 805 will take it out.
That's
the plan.
Yes,
this is the Preserve 313.
Yeah.
Which is actually destined for the East Kent.
Yep.
So it will be leaving us shortly, hopefully.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, there's one of the guys I know down there is obviously, he's the one that signed the paperwork to say, yeah, it's officially in their hands.
That's right. So Peter.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's wonderful that this has been preserved, because again, it's a part of history at the end of the day, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw, obviously, was it sort of October time last year, you were sort of doing little runs with it.
That's
down.
right. Yeah, we did. What did we do? We did September, October, November, and December.
Yeah.
We did a run each month.
Yeah.
On Saturday afternoon, and I couldn't believe it when he said he wanted to do them, because I sort of suggested in the past that we could do stuff if he wanted, and if he had any ideas,
Yeah.
you know, to raise funds for the group and what have you.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of suggested it, and he said, "Oh, I want to do." So that's LSL Spares donor power car.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a bit sorry, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can't blame them if it's being used. If it's a spares and repairs unit, then it's you know, it's prolonging the life of something else at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's necessary
If
to
you want to,
provide some of the bits.
yeah, if you want to keep other units running, then by all means, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Of course, the alternative is nothing can run and it all gets scrapped. So,
Yeah, that's it.
so this is our class 47.
Wow.
We bought two of them off of DRS years ago.
Yeah.
We sold 810 onto LSL
Yeah.
years ago, and that's now running around in two-tone green. We've kept this one. It's not operational at the moment because it's got an engine fault.
Yeah.
It can run.
Yeah.
But I think that the feeling is that if we ran it too much, we'd run the risk of causing more damage. So
Yeah.
it's been stood down now until we can get it repaired.
Yeah.
The problem is we've got quite a small team, and there always seems to be plenty of work for them to do. So our own projects that obviously don't bring any income in,
Yeah.
they have to take a back seat.
Yeah. It's only when it's, as they say, applicable to do it. If there's any sort of spare time, or which is very rare, as you say.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So this is the second 142 we did for LSL. It's currently on exam. Looks like it's having his batteries charged. So yeah. Hopefully we'll get this finished and get this out of here soon.
Yeah. God, it's got a wonderful livery.
It has, yeah. I have to confess that I haven't seen that livery when they asked us to do it. I had to do a little bit of research to find out what it was. Just threw it at the back.
Ah, okay. Oh, yes, yeah. Just, yeah. That's oh god, when that gets, well, they're obviously going to see this on YouTube now, but when Locomotive Services reveal this and say, oh, this is the latest one that's just come out of the shop, blah blah blah.
Well, it's been painted now probably for a couple of years.
Wow.
So it's all out there in the public domain.
Yeah.
The actual colour scheme.
Yeah.
And this is another LSL project. This is a static exhibit for Margate. Eventually, when it gets done, we've done some work on it, but obviously again it's expensive and
Yeah, it's just when.
consuming. So.
And what's the livery plan for this? Is this going to be like a?
I'm not sure, because at the moment we've got to kind of rebuild the body.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they've even made a decision on what livery it's going, but it's one of the original zeros. It's 002, so it could go in green.
Oh, so like.
It's got the full scope of liveries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure if they've made their mind up or not.
Yeah.
But say it's kind of been on pause for a while now.
Yeah.
Which is why it's in here out of the way, so at least it's away from the worst of the elements.
Yeah.
So it'll say never run again. I mean, there's no plan, I think, for that. It's just going to be cosmetically restored with it looking from the outside as if it's a complete loco, and then
Yeah, a bit like
go
that.
to the Margate Museum.
Bit like that Class 60 they've got down there. The
Yeah.
green one, it's just a static exhibit. There's
Yeah.
no mechanicals in there. It's just as it is. Yeah, definitely be going down to that open day down there in August.
Yeah, well, that's on the doorstep for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a busy weekend because on Saturday I'm doing the Greatest Gathering up at Derby,
Oh right, okay.
and then the day after I'm going to be going down to do the open day down there.
Yeah.
But that's probably one of the most eagerly anticipated things to open. Like people are just asking left, right, and centre, like when are you open? When?
Yeah.
But you can't help it when there's delays, and obviously COVID has had a massive influence on that, regards to when it's going to be opening. Because come COVID, they've kind of gone quiet.
I think you find also with those guys, they like to do it properly when they do it.
Yes.
You know, there's no half measures.
Yeah.
And I think they'll wait until they're absolutely happy that they've got it right.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it'll be all, you know, off we go sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. I'd like to go down there and see it.
Yeah. There's Royal Scots being put in there now. Bitten. I think at the same time, what's happening is because obviously Royal Scots now, its timetable, its boiler ticket's now officially over.
Right.
The idea, I think, what they've got is that they'll take that down there and put that down as a static exhibit, and then at the same time put that in there and then take Bitten out.
Right.
And take that back up to crew and get that, because I think that's now next in line to get overhauled.
Right. Yeah. That'd be good to see.
Especially with the double tender again.
Yeah.
I
saw that in mid-Hants when it was there.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in bits, and then when they finished it, it all came out all gleaming.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, you know, like you say, for a lot of people, generic trains, like, you know, just typical EMUs and stuff like that, can be quite boring for a lot of people. But when you've got people like Locomotive Services and especially GBR Rail doing historic liveries on their locos as well, I think even though we're in that sort of stage at the moment of nostalgia, it's wonderful. I'm absolutely loving what you guys are doing for GBRF, and especially with Locomotive Services as well. It's just, it reignites that interest for a lot of people again, and it's just, I just can't complain.
If you're prepared to go looking for stuff, there's plenty to see.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, it's not traditional depot visits, and there's nowhere near as many open days these days.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit sad, but it's a sign of the times, isn't it? People are too busy, and even depots that, you know, they could have open days, they're so busy even at weekends that it's not practical.
No, that's it.
And they're there to run railway.
think that I have to do a half and half thumbnail for this one. One half of the photo will be Arlington Fleet Services, and then the other half, the locomotive services, comes down with the rainbow. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a 313 still on this side.
So just to let you know, I'm still within supervision. I've still got someone behind me, just to let you know. But yeah, let's go and have a bit of a closer look at Galloway Princess and get my thumbnail. Well, that was absolutely wonderful watching Galloway Princess coming in with the Locomotive Services Group. Regards to the Statesman, a Midland Pullman and a couple of BR Mark 1s. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Well, what a fantastic little day that has been at Arlington Fleet Services. A big shout out to Carl, who organised it for me to come down today. Unfortunately, because I'm not off site, I'm not allowed to film there, so I'm doing this now on my walk back to Eastleigh Station. But yeah, absolutely wonderful. Like, just at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be there, and I can't believe I actually was able to get a tour at Eastleigh Works. So, as I always say, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, which I don't know what that will be at the time of filming, but it will be here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.